Episode 3 opens with Kayana on a British ship, having been rescued from the ocean after a near-fatal battle. The synopsis confirms that he arrives in a strange land, likely a foreign port outside the Hawaiian Islands, such as a British or European coastal city, given the presence of Western ships in the previous episode. This follows the events of Episode 2, Changing Tides, where Kayana and his family fled Oʻahu after a brutal skirmish instigated by King Kahekili, Temuera Morrison. In contrast to the war-torn landscapes of Maui and Oʻahu, the setting of the City of Flowers implies a culturally rich place, perhaps a royal court or diplomatic center renowned for its lush aesthetics. Kayana, a Maui warrior chief who is now despised on Kauaʻi, must negotiate this strange atmosphere while dealing with new traditions and maybe Western diplomats. As he looks for allies or information to resist the colonial menace and Kahekili's machinations, his charisma and strategic mind, which were demonstrated in previous episodes through his leadership and battle skills, are put to the test. With scenes of him observing foreign customs or practicing cautious diplomacy, the episode probably illustrates Kayana's confusion and flexibility. This new environment challenges his goal of uniting the Hawaiian kingdoms against colonization, requiring him to strike a balance between his political acumen and his warrior impulses. Momoa's dominant performance is highlighted in the search results, which also highlight Kayana's strength and fortitude in this alien country. Kahumanu, who was introduced in Episode 2 as the niece of King Kahekili and the secret daughter of a chief, makes a crucial political move in Hawaii by standing next to King Kamehameha. She plays a pivotal role in the unification story as a result of her father, Moku, Moses Goods, arranging her marriage, which fortifies relations between Maui and Hawaii. In the episode, Kahumanu, who is probably on the Big Island, integrates into Kamehameha's court and negotiates the conflict between her new job and her family's allegiance to Kahekili. As she strikes a balance between political strategy and personal conviction, her intelligence and agency, which critics have lauded for Lucienne Buchanan's nuanced performance, glow. Scenes may feature ceremonial events, such a marriage ceremony or a traditional Hawaiian feast, held in an aesthetically pleasing setting that connects to the City of Flowers theme. Given the looming influence of her uncle Kahekili, Kahumanu's relationship with Kamehameha sets the groundwork for future battles. Her part emphasizes the series' emphasis on strong female characters, which balances the war story's male-dominated plot. In anticipation of a cultural conflict, the episode intensifies the colonial presence that was first presented in Episode 2, when a British ship saved Kayana and a British man accompanied Hawaiians on their journey. In City of Flowers, Kayana probably meets Westerners in the other country, who could be traders, diplomats, or naval officers, and he is exposed to their political and technological might. The historical fact of colonization during Kamehameha's unification efforts influences his mission to unite the islands against it. Interactions with Kamehameha's court or tales of Western ships approaching the islands could be examples of the colonial menace in Hawaii, laying the groundwork for the larger struggle. These sequences, which emphasize the avarice and ambition of foreign powers, are indicative of the series' thematic focus on the effects of colonialism, which has been hailed for its relevancy to contemporary difficulties in Hawaiian culture. The City of Flowers is probably used as the setting for an important diplomatic gathering, either in the foreign country where foreign delegates or leaders discuss alliances. As he looks for support for his cause, Kayana may have unpleasant conversations with Western envoys or local authorities in the foreign area. Kahumanu's appearance in Kamehameha's court may include a council scene, with chiefs discussing how to deal with Kahekili or the colonial menace. In Episode 1 and Episode 2, Kahekili manipulates Kayana through prophecy and pursuit, respectively, adding to the suspense. Kamehameha's faction may become tense with his son, Prince Kupule, Brandon Finn, who seems to promote Maui's interests. In contrast to Shogun, the episode's diplomatic focus prioritizes strategic maneuvering over physical force, and the scenes are grounded by authentic Hawaiian dialect that was created with a Waialu's participation. With the seer Tala, who was first presented in previous episodes, perhaps leading Kayana or Kahumanu through visions, the story magical themes persist. In Episode 1, Kahekili's abuse of the prophecy of a star with a feathered cape, which foretells the rise of a great ruler, contrasts with Kayana's sincere efforts to bring the world together. story, with Kahekili's abuse of it in episode 1 standing in stark contrast to Kayana's sincere efforts to bring people together. Tala's visions may hint at alliances or treachery in the episode, raising the political stakes on a spiritual level, with images of ceremonies or holy locations connecting to the City of Flowers aesthetic. Hawaiian religious customs, such as sacrifices to the gods or dependence on seers, improve the episode's cultural depth.